Hello, Bethany. Here I am responding to your video that you recorded the other week ago. It was awesome. In your video, you talked about the regression fallacy, when we pay more attention to the unusual things than the everyday things. Now, you asked me to think about 5 ways that I overcome this regression fallacy, and I think I've done it, but I've done it in 3 words. Change your perspective. Here's what I mean by that. Change. First, one of the books I read was called God of the Small Things. It's beautiful. The entire story revolves around this one big thing. But the book's called God of the Small Things, not God of the Big Things, because it's all the small things that led into that one big thing. When we change the small things, we can change the big thing. Now, a simple way that you can do this in our everyday lives, mine, yours, anyone who happens to watch this, is recognizing the difference between routine and random, and they're both necessary. Routines are very important, but sometimes you just need to mix things up. This can be as simple as how you go to and from work or your coffee shop or wherever it is you go on a regular occasion. You probably have a routine. You have a certain route you take, but you might want to take a random route instead, because that little change can make a big difference in allowing you to see things in a new, fresh way. Second, your. Now, I read another book by Ernest Becker called The Denial of Death. Ernest Becker talks about our individual experience, the psychoanalytic evolution of ourselves, how we're not always even aware of why we do what we do. It's this carnal nature built into us. Ernest Becker's work got me thinking, how can I be more aware of what I do and why I do it? One of those things is when I ride the subway. Subway sans cell phone. When I'm on the subway, I try to make the subway a sans cell phone space. I allow myself to be intentional about this time in this space. Rather than using some sort of a device, I am reading, I am writing, I am sitting there just thinking. I want to be aware of where I am. Like you said, because I notice things. And if I'm just tuning things out, if I am just living into this terror of death, how am I even alive? Third, perspective. Perspective is the way we see things. Simple as that. It's the lenses through which we look at everything. Often we don't even know they're there. It's like the 2 fish who were swimming along when an older fish said, "Hey boys, how's the water?" And the 2 fish said, "What the hell is water?" We don't even know that we're swimming in it. Now, another book I read on vacation was The Giver. In The Giver, no spoilers, one character, Jonas, discovers a way to see things differently, and it changes everything. When we begin to see something differently, we can suddenly see everything differently. Now, a couple ways that I did this is our daily bridge. For a couple years, I would take a picture of the bridge outside my window. I wanted the everyday to still be unusual. Or another thing I did, put a face on it. I would go around and I would take a picture of things that looked like a face, because I wanted to see faces everywhere, because when you start looking for them, you'll find them. Or most recently, what I do, I take Donatello and I take pictures of him. Everywhere. I want to overcome this regression fallacy with everything inside of me. I want to see everything around me new as if it's the first time, because my eyes are made for wonder. So when you open your eyes made for wonder, maybe for the first time, and you see things new again and again and again and again, what does that do to your creativity? What does that do to the things you make? What does that do to the things you design? Now what? Bethany, I want you to answer that question in some way, shape, or form, and everyone else can leave a comment below and tell us all what you think. So that's my Bicoastal Curiosity for the week. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Take 2 in a row if you're going to double cut them. Just take the, I got them all marked.
There's another Donatello right there. And it's skeleton!